Hello again, Rubber Band here. After a little while of video hiatus, I don't really have a whole lot of interest in picking high security locks or anything, but what I am is a tool collector, and I figure since I'm going to start carrying these and be the US distributor for these, I'd at least show you what they look like. So in this case, I don't have any of these cases to be for sale, but this is the lock that we're going to try and pick. So is Moki picks. Flip this around. So these are made in Germany by Moki, and they are finished to this mirror polish from the get-go. These metal scales aren't part of it, but I will have 3D printed variants and acrylic scales and the like to be paired with them. These are really cool for the fact that there's like a built-in redundancy. They're very big in the hand, so they're very comfortable, especially for me. I have chronic hand pain, but let me show you what they look like underneath the scales. So if one breaks, that's normally the end of life. However, say this snaps off, you actually just break this part out, and then you have another pick. So you just snap this off, flip the scales over, and you get 2 picks in one. And this is pretty good steel. I'm not sure exactly which steel, but made in Germany, so quite good stuff. The turning tools, which will be part of these sets, are pretty amazing. You get 4 in the turning tool expansion. That's something very similar to a hooligan bar, extremely thick. And then the rest of the varying standard thicknesses, I think they are 50, 45, and 40. I will have more technical details up on the site when I get them, but I guess in the interim we can try and get something picked. Oh, I flipped something over so that way I couldn't wedge it in there the way that I like to. There we go. So these are I can just show these off. So these are made by Memorian or Brown Bear Lock Picking. These are dimple pick flag holders for multi-pick dimple flags, in which I store them in this, which is the Tarajern dimple flag holder for holding multi-pick dimple flags. So, all right, well, we're going to pick this thing, which is sort of an American clone. So I'm going to get my nice shallow hook here, and I'll yank out a thicker top of keyway turning tool right there. And look how these are like big. These are really big. So if you are like me and you want your turning tool to be very gradual with a long enough lever, you can move the world. So that's just excellent stuff. So, okay, getting this out of the way now. And here comes the vise. Jump. So high security lock collectors will probably notice that there are 2 Miwa LBs just floating here, and you can just be jealous about it. I don't mind. Be jealous. I found them. I repaired them, and it sucked. So we'll just kind of orient this a little closer to camera, and we'll just zoom in here. I'm gonna put my top of keyway turning force in, and I've actually gotten myself into a conundrum where, see, I'm actually so close to the camera that it's actually hitting. So I'm gonna reorient myself here. Zoom out a bit. I'm in my shop and it is quite chilly out here, so we're gonna see if we can't just knock this one out. So top of keyway turning force. Again, I'm not a pro at this. I'm not a pro lock picker. I'm a locksmith, so that tells you a lot. Bad focus. This video is much like my university career. Out of focus and all over the place. Okay, here we go. So the other day I had a lockout, I'm not going to tell you like what's going on in the lock because it's an American. It's been picked thousands of times by hundreds of lock pickers. So I'll just tell you, the other day I had a lockout. It was a restroom. Somebody had fiddled with the occupancy indicator, and it allowed it to lock, which is not something that can normally be done from the outside. And, oh, got a drift. All right, that's just a false set. So I get in there. All right, we got counter rotation. Make sure I'm on the right pin. Okay. So anyway, I get the occupancy indicator taken off the door, and lo and behold, somebody had jammed it with a used condom, which, let me tell you, there is nothing that is going to ruin your day more than a used condom. Or I assumed it was used. It looked used. So it was jammed up underneath the rose part of the thumb turn, and it was disgusting. And luckily, because of COVID, I've been wearing gloves for a very long time, but it was just kind of wedged under there. Didn't like that at all. So I'm actually going to go with the wording here, because it's a pretty high lift pin, or rather a pin that I need to lift high. And all right. And there's our open. So that was cool, like right at the end of the story. So anyway, the moral of the story is always wear gloves because you might encounter somebody else's glove. Anyway, I've been Rubber Band. Thanks for watching.